Hello everyone, my name is PGR Team America and this is my Duels mid-season update review. So we have a lot of stuff happening in 2 days basically coming out January 21st this Thursday. Um, what's happening is every class is getting a third hero power and 3 new starting treasures. There are 5 new dual class starting treasures and then 2 unique treasures for each class, essentially. And then they're also adding some new passive treasures that you can collect and some active treasures. And we will get to it all eventually. There is a lot. So sit tight. This is on top of the 35 card mini set that's going to be added to standard. All of those cards will also be able, the Darkmoon Races mini set will also be eligible for your starting cards, and I assume they will also be added into the buckets. So, just going over real quick, if you still have to unlock these. Most of them aren't that difficult to unlock. To unlock the third hero power, you need a legendary from that class from Skullman's Academy. So it's a little difficult to unlock all of the third hero powers, but if you want to unlock a specific hero power, it's a little bit more you can obtain it a little bit directly, quickly, and then for the fourth signature treasure, you need 125 unique Madness at the Darkmoon Fair cards, which is the majority of the rares and epics, I would say. Or, I mean, not rares and epics, commons and rares. And then maybe a handful of epics. I don't think it'll be that hard to reach. The harder ones will be Signature Treasure 5, which is collect 12 Madness at the Darkmoon Fair legendary cards. And then the dual class treasures for all classes are obtained by collecting 150 unique Madness at the Darkmoon Fair cards. I believe that there are about 100. There will be about 170 total cards. So it will be like the entire set plus mini set minus like 20 cards. So it's not my favorite part of duels, but it's the way it is for now at least, and that's how you unlock them. So let's actually look at the cards themselves. So the new active treasures are Astral Portal, 4 mana, summon a random legendary minion. Um, it's a decent active. These I assume these are the tier 1 active treasures. So like it's like you probably take it over just like Blade of Kel'Thuzar or whatever. And then Mage Armor is gain 10 armor. So there's a lot of classes that are not capable of gaining life, so this could be helpful to them. It can help out in Mage and in Hunter. Classes that can just get burned out. Like I think that this will help against Demon Hunter, because Demon Hunter typically has a limited amount of damage, and 3 mana for 10 health is a pretty good deal and will slow them down. So I think that Mage Armor will have a stronger impact on the meta than people suspect. But it's not amazing or anything, but I think it'll have a place. So the new passive treasures, I am not as excited about these. I assume they're also all tier 1. Starting off, All Shall Serve, passive. When a demon dies, draw a card and deal 1 damage to your hero. So this passive would fit a zoo deck very well. Also, tweeted by Board Control, they are making it so that the passives are will be a little bit more like class dependent. So you won't. I interpret this as you won't get weapons cost 1 less in Mage anymore. And stuff like that. So I assume that whenever a demon dies, draw 1 card and deal 1 damage to your hero will most likely show up in Warlock and Demon Hunter significantly more than the other classes, which isn't relevant. It actually might be interesting in Demon Hunter because of how many Illidari you can summon, which I think are demons. I'm not sure. Maybe the Illidari aren't. But cards like Umbral Blade, the 2 mana 1/2 weapon that summons 2/1/1 demons, like one of Demon Hunter's problems is they need to cycle cards, and you're basically constantly looking for card draw. So it could work in that. It could also work in Zoo Warlock, which might be a thing. I still think Killmox will be better, but so it has potential. Dragon Blood. After a friendly dragon dies, give your minions +1/+1. I think that this is bad. You need multiple minions on the board, and you need the dragon to die. So I think it's just bad. Starving. Passive, when a friendly beast dies, draw a card. I think that this has a lot of potential. Especially in Death Rattle Hunter, where you do run beasts, and you really need card draw. So I think that this would be very good in that deck. Outside of that, I don't think it's great, but I do think it would be a good first passive for Death Rattle Hunter, which I do think will still be relevant after this update goes live. And then the Floor is Lava. After you play a minion, deal 1 damage to it, and give it +1 attack. I don't really like this that much. I think that I don't really see how I don't see a deck that would make this work. And it's a passive that you can't guarantee. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this one. But we'll see. Like it's a decent, like there are cards that benefit from being damaged. Because I mean, like being able to play Gromish on turn 8 is good. But I'm not a believer in it, but I could see it working. So first off, the dual class signature treasures. It is going to be this first one is Track Teamer Alyssa. Demon Hunter, 2 mana 2/3. After your hero attacks, summon a random demon companion attacking the same target. I think this card is insane for demon. I think that so in the with the Hunter hero power, the original Hunter hero power, I think this could be okay. But in Demon Hunter with Outcaster, I think this is insane. Just like if this doesn't get answered and you're just getting constantly these like 2/2 taunts, 2/1 charges. I will just so you know that if you get the 2/1 charge and it attacks the hero, it won't be able to attack again, which is a little unfortunate. But you got a 2/1 for free. I think that this card is the treasure you want in Demon Hunter if you're playing the Outcaster hero power. Moving on, Priest and Warlock. Draw as Soul Doom. Whenever your health changes on your turn, summon a copy of this minion. I think in Priest, this has a lot of potential because you can combo. It's a little like Grimmer Patron. So like the first time your health changes, you heal yourself once, you summon another one, but then you do it again and you have 4. So I think in Priest this will be really strong. I don't like it in Warlock because I think Killmox is still gonna be stronger. But this is I think in Priest that this has potential for sure. And I like it. It seems strong, and Priest is in a dumpster right now, so I like it. Zukara the Wild, 3 mana 3/5. After you play a spell that costs 4 or more, cast it again. Targets chosen randomly. It has potential. I'm not exactly sure what its best uses are at the moment, but it's a powerful effect. Like double time is insane. Double time on expensive spells is even more insane. So I haven't looked at it enough to see, but this card could be good. The fact that they have to cost 4 or more is a little difficult, but yeah, like it works with swipe. It works with lightning storm, where you can. We'll look into that a little bit more. Or no, it doesn't work with lightning storm. Never mind. Strike that. It doesn't cost 4 or more, but I think that this would. I think this is better in Druid for sure than Shaman. But it works with Cthulhu pieces, so it has potential. Ritz Blaze Bucket. 2 mana 3/3. After you play a spell, summon a random minion of the same cost. It dies when it takes damage. I think this could be fun, but the fact that it died, like, summoning minions with 1 health, generating random minions. So when it dies when it takes damage is, to me, the equivalent of having 1 health. But you can't buff it to have more health. So I don't like that. Minions that just die and don't have initiative. Summoning a lot of 1 health minions doesn't seem very strong to me, especially when it's like part of a combo. So I mean, it's not for summoning big minions, it's for summoning a lot of small minions. But so I guess you want to play this with a lot of 1-cost spells. So I would put this one in the has potential category. But not super excited about it. And then Sue Leadfoot, Warrior Paladin, dual class, 4 mana 2/6. After you summon a minion, it gains Divine Shield and Rush. This is really strong. It's also very slow. And so you would be replacing the Warrior treasure that you use to draw cards, because right now Warrior has issues drawing cards. So I don't know if it can replace that in Paladin. You also have issues drawing cards. But it's still it's a powerful effect, so again, has potential. Not super optimistic about it though. So of these, as I said, I think that the top 2 are by far the strongest and have the most potential. So I think that this one will potentially be the best one in Priest. Will that make Priest good enough? I don't know. And then I think that this just makes Demon Hunter better. Moving on to the new hero powers and unique class treasures. For Demon Hunter, Eladari Strike. 2 mana, summon 2/1/1 Eladari that attack target enemy minion. I don't know if this works if there are no minions on board. I assume it would, but I don't know. So I think it's okay, but I just don't see it being better than Outcaster. Outcaster is insane. When you play an Outcast card back, or a card on the left or right side. The power, the first unique treasure, Binding Chains, 3 random enemy minions go dormant for 2 turns. This is really strong, like really strong. But it's more of a control tool, and Demon Hunter is just pure aggro right now. So I don't think it'll be very good. And then Blade of Quickening, 4 mana 4/2. Battlecry, draw 1 Outcast card, it costs 1 less. Improves during the run. I have asked for confirmation on how this improves during run works. Multiple cards have it. I have no word. So we will see. I'm assuming that it's every 2 or 3 games it gets better. I think on this one it'll only be the draw that makes it better. I don't think it'll be like, because there's no way you can play up to like 14 games in a run. So there's no way it's going to be draw 14 outcast cards. They cost 14 less. But I do think that this is a strong one and is in contention to be played. It depends on how improves during run works. But I still think that the 2/3 will be stronger. But still, like, it's a weapon that refills your hand. So I think that it will be. I think that it's a very strong one and might be played. Hey, Books, thanks for following. So yeah, I think it's in contention for a new treasure. Oh, I guess there's a chance that it draws one and it only improves how much less it costs, but like I said, it's hard to know what it does for sure. The Druid hero power and treasures. Harvest time, 2 mana, destroy a minion, then summon 2/2/2 treants for that minion's owner. This is very interesting because it one of Druid's biggest issues is killing big minions. Like, they don't have hard removal. And this is hard-ish removal. It turns any minion you want into a 4/4. So, which is not nothing. Like, and you can, this lets you play a card like Nerubian Egg, and then you kill it, and you have 8/8 stats on the board. It's interesting for sure. I am worried that Druid won't be strong enough this meta, but this has a ton of potential with a Death Rattle Druid deck, if that's possible to put together. And yeah, I like the hero power. I think it has a ton of potential. Marvelous Mycelium. They have a lot of words that I've never read before, and I think they made most of them up in these cards, and I can't pronounce any of them. But alright, 1 mana, spell, discover a choose 1 card. Choose 1 cards, trigger both effects until end of turn. Again, this is a very powerful card. Is it as good as Warden's Insight? Probably not, but like, you play this and then Nourish, and it's insane, but it costs 7 mana, so we'll see. We will see. And then the other treasure, Awakened Ancient, 8 mana. Haunt, Battle Cry, draw 1 card, deal 1 damage. And gain 1 armor, improves during run. So, like, this is a card that you could almost see, like, benefiting. Like, I have to assume all of those numbers go up throughout the run. It's like a UI. Yeah, it's basically UI, just like over, but like it starts smaller. Like 8 mana, 8, like that's a lot. 8/12 is big. It is big. It depends on how improves during run works, but like that's a big minion. Yeah, it's 8 mana, but this again depends on how, like, so if this only improves like every 3 games, like, not that good. If it improves like every 2 games, pretty good potential here. So yeah, we'll see how Hunter looks, but there's potential there. New Hunter hero power and signature treasures. Their hero power, Savage Secrets. After a friendly secret is revealed, add a 2-cost beast to your hand. I think this is absolutely terrible. I mean, it's true that an issue in Secret Hunter is that you run out of stuff, but I don't think 2 cost I don't think adding 2 mana 3/2s and 2/3s to your hand is the solution to running out of stuff to do. So I think that this is bad. I just think it's bad. Because, yeah, like, playing 2-cost beasts is not good. But we have Death Strider here. 2 mana 2/3. Trigger 1 random friendly minion's death rattle. Improves during run. This is insane. I mean, it's Terrastigale Stalker, which is a card that you would love to have in Death Rattle Hunter. So, like, you lose Bone Crusher, but you improve the speed of Death Rattle Hunter, which is an issue that it has. It can start too slow. So I think that this replaces Bone Crusher. And it improves during the run. So it's like a Terrascale Stalker on steroids. Like, because I'm guessing that it might be able to hit the same Death Rattle minion twice. I don't know. But I think it's really good. And then we have Bow of the Beast. 3 mana 2/3. After you attack, give your beast +1/+1. So, like, this does have synergy with the 2-cost beast. I just don't see it working out. It is a strong card. I don't see the archetype coming together. So moving on to Mage. New hero power, Frost Shards. 1 mana, deal 1 damage, add a 1/1 Ice Shard that freezes to your hand. So, it's 1 mana, deal 1, which is that's very powerful. And you're adding these 1/1 elementals to your hand, which can be useful for things like, and they freeze. So this can be good against Demon Hunter, because if Demon Hunter can't kill all these 1/1s, you're freezing their face, and then they can't even attack. Which is pretty strong. They have to act. So they're like 1/1 water elementals, so they actually have to damage it. But like, Demon Hunter would need a way to kill them with minions, which they might not be able to do because you're playing 1 mana, deal 1 damage to a minion. So you're collecting these ice shards, and they can be strong against the aggro. The cards, the decks. So like, there's like Face Shaman, Rogue, and Demon Hunter that all kill you by attacking with the hero, and this could be good against that. And it also helps you maintain the board with the 1 mana, deal 1 damage. Anything. It can go face as well. It's a really strong hero power. I think this takes over as the go-to mage hero power. The only issue is it might fill your hand with too many 1/1 shards, but it's a good hero power. The Treasure Embercaster, 5 mana, spellburst, add 3 copies of the spell to your hand. There's some potential. I'm not as convinced, but so like, you can pair this with like some of the cheap treasures potentially, like Gentleman's Hat would be pretty funny with it. Even just Hilt of Queldalar. So I think it's all right. It might become the go-to. It might become the go-to mage treasure, because it is definitely a very solid treasure. But what it isn't is it's not Yogg-tastic Tasties, which I want to play with this card so bad. 10 mana, spin the Wheel of Yogg-Saron. No condition needs to be made before. And then it gets cheaper, costs less, improves during the run. Yogg-tastic Tasties. I will make this card work. I will do whatever I can to make this card work. it's fun, and I think it's just straight up powerful. So we will see how many times I die to Rod of Roasting, but I'm ready. I hope you are too, chat. Oh yeah, so on a quick break from the review, I would like to say that on the release of this, I will be doing a 24-hour stream on twitch.tv/Team America if you want to tune in and watch me try out all of these new cards. So tune in then. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy the review. Now, back to the review. Paladin. Modest Aspirations, 2 mana, set a minion's attack and health to 3. So this is a super powerful effect. You can cast it on your own minions or your opponent's minions. It is a very powerful control tool. Is it enough to help Paladin? I don't know. Because you have to get minions on the board still anyway. So we'll like I guess it has potential, but it's slow, and I'm not convinced it's strong enough. Like, put this in standard and you're good to go, but duels is another animal. I don't think Paladin got what they needed, but potential. It is powerful. Moving on, Favored Racer. 4 mana 3/3 Battlecry. Cast 1 random blessing on this minion. Improves during a run. So there are currently 4 blessings, I believe. There's Blessing of Might, +3, which is +3 attack. Blessing of Wisdom, when this minion attacks, draw a card. Blessing of Kings, +4/+4. And then Blessing of Champion, +8/+8, can't attack heroes this turn. So, depends on how much this thing gets upgraded. If it gets upgraded a ton, like, this like, you get Blessing of Champions on this thing, you're good to go. A 4 mana 11/11, that's not bad. Even if it's a 4 mana 7/7, but again, we'll have to see exactly how it works. Not consistent, because those 1 mana blessings are not good to get. So we'll see. I don't like, so it's good in the fact that, like, it actually gives Paladin a chance to just high roll and just destroy the game. Because Paladins don't really have a lot of ways to win, but we'll see. And then Humble Blessings. Change the health and cost of all of your minions to 3/3 for rest. So I don't know if this works like an aura effect or not. So does this make it so that when you, like, hero power that, it comes as a 3/3? I'm not sure, or if it only is like the cards that you play. I will say that most of the minions you play don't benefit from this, other than like Tyrion. Maybe if you're playing stuff like Fuegan and Stalag, like, maybe you could make this work, but it would take a big build around, and I don't think that it would work out super well. But it has some potential. I don't think Paladin's in a great spot, though. So, moving on. Priest gets a brand new look. Call of Madness. Summon a 0/1 Void Fiend. You can see the Void Fiend here. At the end of your turn, suck 1 health from the enemy hero. So how that works is you suck 1 health from the enemy hero, you get 1 health, you get the health. So and then in conjunction with that, you don't actually need the, like, you don't need both of these, but there is also Shadow Word Void. Destroy minion, summon a 0/1 Void Fiend for each of the health that it has. Summon 0/1 Void Fiends equal to the health. So if it has 7 health, you summon 7 0/1 Void Fiends. That will... So, and then you suck for like if they have a 7/7 on the board, you play this, you get 7 Void Fiends, and then at the end of the turn, you heal for 7 and deal 7 damage to the opposing hero, which is like if you would have to build a control deck around this, and it has potential, and I mean we'll have to see. So I do like that they're adding a new mechanic that, in my opinion, has potential. If combine this, well, one, I hope I never see a priest get cannibalism with this card, because that would be awful. But yeah, so it takes 1 damage from the enemy hero and adds it to your hero. And then the other treasure is Herald of the Skilled Ones, Taunt, Battlecry, add 1 dragon to your hand. It costs 2 less, improves during run. I assume that only improves the add 1 dragon to your hand. So it's supposed to add 2. And I mean, Dragon Priest has already been alright, so I mean, it's just a solid card. It might actually become the go-to treasure. I think it's solid. It's not spectacular though, so maybe not good enough. It's worlds better than the OG treasure, 5 mana silence a minion, summon 2 copies. So I think it's good. Sadly, it is not itself a dragon. It's just a herald of the dragons. New rogue hero power and signature treasures. Vile Concoction. 2 mana, give a minion poisonous combo, also give it stealth for 1 turn. So, I think it's okay, and you could put like questing adventure in your starting deck, and then just make sure you're stealthing it at the end of each turn, and that could be a potential win condition. So so it doesn't seem wildly powerful off the bat, but there's it is a powerful effect. Like giving cheap minions poisonous is strong, and rogue tends to run cheap minions, so that's good. It's just so much of rogue is built around having access to the weapon that you can trade into minions with, that it's so unique for rogue that I'm not as confident, but it is powerful, like more powerful than a lot of the things that I've doubted. So we'll see. Giving something stealth for a turn is powerful. Like, and being able to do that every single turn it can be super scary. So I actually think that this will be good. I like it. It'll be good. Ace in the hole, 2 mana spell, add a copy of each card you played last turn to your hand. This is good. You run out of stuff a lot as rogue, so being able to just get it all back in your hand should be good. So it's a value rogue card, which most rogue cards give you tempo. This is a value one, so you pair it in with all of the tempo cards, and you should go well. Like yeah, I like it. I like Ace in the Hole. It might be the go-to treasure, but also there is the Green Tortollan Shell, a 1 mana 1/2 weapon. Return 1 random enemy minion to its owner's hand, improves during a run. So you have to assume that the number of minions that it returns to its owner's hand improves. I also think that maybe the damage of the card will also improve, but that's yet to be seen. It's a random sap for only 1 mana. It's okay. If you get double battle cry, that would be pretty sick. But yeah, like, I mean, it's basically like a one-sided banish. So it's very powerful. And like, So yeah, both of these treasures are very usable. So we will see. Um, sorry, one sec. Shaman. So game changer hero power here. Passive. You can't be overloaded. I think that this maybe it doesn't make Shaman tier 1, but this makes Shaman playable. Period. Like Shaman is playable because of this hero power. 4 mana 7/7, you don't get overloaded. Feral Spirits, 3 mana, summon 2/2/3s with taunt, you don't get overloaded. Dust Devil, 1 mana 3/1, Wind Fury, absolutely insane. Not so much on the Dust Devil, but I actually think I will be running Dust Devil this deck. Just because playing that turn 1, like 1 mana 6 damage face potentially, that's insane. It has to get answered. Insane. And if you put all these overload cards in your starting deck, and you can get stuff like Elemental Destruction, which is like, it's 3 mana, deal 5 damage to all enemies, overload 5 or something. I'm not exactly sure on the numbers of it, but like if you own overload on that, the card's insane. Yeah, I think Shaman's back. There's also the starting treasure. It's 7 mana, summon 2 Flameworth Faceless, overload 4. Like that card, 7 mana, summon 14/14. They might need to nerf Shaman again. Payload Totem Specialist, add 1 non-basic totem to your hand. It costs 1 less, improves during run. So 3 mana 3/3. Man, I wonder if this improves during run means that it upgrades every time you play it. We'll see. And like that's permanent. That would be a pretty unique thing to do, but we'll see. I'm excited to find out. It's not terrible. It looks terrible. It's not terrible. I actually think this might be better than the Evolve Totem. So I actually think this might be a good treasure. So we'll see. It's alright. But doesn't seem insane. Again, it depends on how much it improves and how it improves. And then Chaos Storm, a 1 mana spell. After you play a card with Overload this turn, add an Overload card to your hand. So you have to assume like this is like some form of reload with Stormcatcher. And I mean, when playing with Stormcatcher, I think it's alright. And you can also like have this be, if you can play Diligent Note Taker and then this, and you can just have a bunch of value. Yeah, I think it could be good. It might not be as good in the early games as the 7/7s, but powerful. It works with Stormcatcher. I think Stormcatcher's insane, so should be good. Moving on, we got 2 more left. Okay. New Warlock hero power and signature treasures. Social Studies. When passive hero power, when you play a card that generates soul fragments, summon a flame imp. So this is a lot of tempo. And I think it might be good enough in the early rounds that it might be good enough to play. Just because like being able to consistently win the first few games is why a big part of why Demon Hunter is so good. Those first few games are being able to be consistent in those is so valuable in duels. And there will be 4 cards that you can play that generate soul fragments in the starting deck. And just getting So that's potentially like a free 12-8 worth of stats from your hero power in turn 1. It's an aggressive like Zoolock deck. Yeah, like just playing the 1/3 that generates soul fragments is insane. Um, like a 1/3 and a 3/2 for 1 mana. Very powerful, so we'll see. And then like you pair that with the passive even that like gives you draws a card every time a demon dies. I definitely has potential, and I will be trying it out. Demonizer. They use the same art as Worthless Imp, which is a little sad, but 3 mana 4/4 Battlecry, add 1 demon to your hand, cost 3 less, improves during the run. So, I mean, it's okay if you're not playing the Killmox deck. I could easily see you running this card. It improves during a run. The minion costs 3 less. It's statted fine on its own, so I could see this being played. And then Demonology. Also, I could see this being played. 7 mana Twisting Nether. Add soul fragments to your deck for each enemy minion destroyed. So to be clear, you only get 1 Flame Imp if you're running this with the social studies. It's not like you wouldn't get a Flame Imp for each enemy minion destroyed, to be clear. So yeah. Just be sure understand that. But again, like it's a powerful spell. You add a lot of healing to your deck. It corrupts Ticketus if you're running Ticketus in your deck to disrupt your opponent. So maybe that gets people excited. But yeah. I think Warlock might have like it's pretty tough to kick Killmox off the throne, but there's potential. Now the new Warrior Hero Power and Signature Treasures. Magnetic Minds, passive hero power. At the end of your turn, shuffle a bomb into your opponent's deck if you have any armor. I think this is the sleeper hero power of the update. Because most people, like, the bomb synergy cards, like Wrench Caliber and the 3/3 Mech, or Blastmaster Boom. None of those are in are addable in your starting deck. So Bomb Warrior is not really an archetype. But add like Footapotamus. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you very much for the support. I lost my train of thought. Okay. But yeah, so in the first few games, a big part, so there is a new 1 mana 1/3 Battlecry, give 4 armor to each hero. So you can get this going really quickly, potentially, if you start with that card. So I think that there's potential for this deck to just, like, destroy your first few opponents. There's very few cards in their deck. They only have, 20 health, each bomb does 5 damage. So, like, you just get a handful of bombs in their deck, and they're almost dead already. Warrior also, like, and then you can just add some good cards in your deck. So, I think this is a sleeper. If you have a bunch of armor cards in your deck, you get more in your buckets. Hopefully it's not OP, but I think it'll be, what's the word? I think it'll at least be okay. So, and worth playing. And we'll see. And then the Treasure Scrap Metal Demolitionist. It's the one that you pair with the Magnetic Minds. 6 mana, 4/5. Not great stats. Battle Cry, gain 5 armor. Shuffle 1 bomb into your opponent's deck. Improves during a run. I assume that only the bomb improves, but we'll see. But again, so like when you have these together, that's 2 bombs in your opponent's deck. That's 10 damage in the first game. They only have 20 health. I think that this could be good. I think it'll be fun. I am excited to try it out. It might be too slow. But, so basically you're building a control deck and you're trying to kill your opponent with mines. So we'll see how it turns out. And then the other, you got Spiked Arms, 3 mana, 4/1 weapon. After you summon a minion, deal 1 damage to it. Give it +2 attack. I think, so it has potential, but I'm not too excited about it. I would rate this pretty low. I will say that, like, you have this equipped, and then you play Grommash, and then Grommash does 14 damage, and then you attack face for 4 more, and you do 18 damage. That's probably why it only has 1 durability. But, and there are a lot of minions that benefit from being damaged in Warrior. You equip weapons to attack with them, not to leave them sitting in your hand to give you an effect typically, so I don't like it. And that is it! That is all of them! Holy smokes. I have no idea how long that took, but thank you everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure you like, subscribe, comment, and make sure you catch my 24-hour stream on Thursday, January 21st, when this all goes live. Thanks for watching.